Hey, it's Vanessa Cooper with Network Nessie. I am a Pinterest marketing expert and content creator, and I'm here to teach you 15 tips on how to go viral on Pinterest. So if you're familiar with Pinterest and have been on for the past few years, you know that they've made a lot of changes that honestly have been driving me crazy, but they changed their algorithm a lot. They changed the platform. They come up with new ideas. They're really trying to grow and evolve. And so you might be clueless about how to grow on there and how to go viral on there and how to really get traffic to your business. So I'm going to teach you 15 amazing tips that are really going to help you out. Number one, fresh content. You really want to pin fresh content to Pinterest. So what I mean by fresh content is fresh URLs, new blog posts, new podcast episodes, new products, whatever it is that you have to offer, new value, new content, new information. They don't want you pinning to the same URL over and over and over again. Back in the old Pinterest days, they didn't care and used to get a lot of traffic just like spamming Pinterest. But people started abusing the platform and just like overpinning to the same URL. And so they really changed it. So now they are pushing for fresh content. It's so important. Keep producing new fresh content for Pinterest and they'll reward you. Number two, idea pins. So idea pins are still relatively new to some people. You can't necessarily link them directly to your website, but you can link product pins and you can link affiliate links into idea pins. Even though you can't link them out to your website quite yet, they're really important for your growth on Pinterest. They're a way for you to share knowledge and information inside of the platform. And gain followers and grow your audience inside of the platform and sort of prove your worth to Pinterest. Even if they don't pin out, it's very important that you're incorporating idea pins into your Pinterest marketing strategy. Number three, Pinterest SEO, that's search engine optimization. So Pinterest is a visual search engine. And so you have to optimize it with Pinterest SEO, just like you have to optimize your blog for Google SEO. And so learning Pinterest SEO, learning how to find those keywords is a great way to grow on Pinterest and to start getting some of that viral traffic. And if you're completely clueless about it, I have blog posts on how to find keywords on Pinterest. And I also have a video on YouTube and on Instagram that teaches you how to find some keywords. That leads me to number four, optimizing your profile with these keywords. Okay, making sure that your profile description is keyword rich, that your pins are keyword rich, that your boards are keyword rich. Make sure that your titles, your descriptions, your profile name, your profile description, your boards, all of that is packed full of those keywords in order for Pinterest to kind of know what you have to offer and for you to really start attracting your target audience. Number five, and you've heard this in any marketing strategy, consistency. Consistency is so important on Pinterest. If you take a break from it, you can just see the analytics go down almost immediately. Consistently pinning on there is really going to help you start getting that viral traffic. So yeah, I won't get into it. Being consistent, like always. Number six, bold and clear images. Because Pinterest is a visual search engine, your images are really important. You want to make sure that you have clear images with clear text that's easy to read. I see a lot of images on there that are terrible. There's too much going on. The text gets lost in the image. They either have a dark background with dark text or a light background with light text. You want to make sure that the background's light and the text is dark, or the background's dark and the text is light. It's really important to have those bold and clear images. And I talk about this in the blog post that I created recently about how to go viral on Pinterest in 2022 and kind of show you a comparison of a bad image versus a good one. So you can definitely check that out to get more of an idea. Number seven, adding CTAs to pins. So, subconsciously, people really need to be told what to do. They don't necessarily like to be told what to do consciously, but, somewhere in the back of their head, if they see something that tells them, click here, read this, download this, it entices people to take action more. So definitely adding some CTAs to your pins, whether it's a little button, read now, click here, shop now, download this free guide, whatever it is that you're offering, adding that CTA to your images can make all the difference in helping you go viral on Pinterest. Number eight, branding. Branding is so important on Pinterest. Okay, it is a visual search engine. You want your brand to become a thing on there. You want to have the same color palette, the same logo, the same type of design, so that your pins, when they show up in people's newsfeed, they start to recognize them. And there's a whole nother blog post I wrote just on branding and why you want to have branded images on Pinterest. But I talk a little bit more about the psychology, but just take my word for it that you want to make sure you have branded pins for your Pinterest marketing. Number 9, Pinterest Trends. So Pinterest Trends is a website that's pretty amazing. It literally shows you how keywords are performing throughout the year on Pinterest. So it'll tell you when people are searching for this keyword, when people are searching for that keyword. And it's a great way to not only find keywords, but to curate your content to see what topics are going to become popular that were popular last year, so you can kind of predict what are popular in the future. Pinterest Trends is amazing. In one of the posts I wrote about Pinterest keyword research, I talk to you about Pinterest Trends. I even think I made a video too on Instagram that talks about it and goes over it with you. Great website. You have to be using it if you want to really go viral on Pinterest. Number 10, using different types of pins. So don't just do all static pins. Don't just do all video pins. There are all kinds of different pins that you can create on Pinterest. There's static, there's video, there's carousel, there's collage, there's idea pins. Use all the different types of pins. Play around with them, see what your audience is into, what they're not into, what they're engaging with, and what they're not engaging with, okay? And that way you can figure out what they like and then really give them what they want to see on your profile. And that leads me to number 11, using Pinterest Analytics. That's the best way to really look at those pins and decide what's performing and what isn't. Pinterest Analytics will show you how much engagement the pins have gotten, how many outbound clicks the pins have gotten, how many views the pins have gotten, how people are sort of reacting to them. So that way you can tell, are my video pins performing better? Are my idea pins performing better? And then curate your future marketing strategy to create more of what your audience likes. Number 12, posting relevant content to relevant boards. So when you get on Pinterest, you're going to have different boards with different topics related to your niche. You don't want to go crazy and just pin random pins to random boards. You really want to make sure that it makes sense. So for example, if you're a DIY blogger and you create a woodworking project, don't pin it to your like paper mache or macrame board. If it's a woodworking project, pin it to a woodworking board, pin it to boards that make sense. Okay. Same thing if you're a food blogger. Don't post your vegetarian recipe to your meat lovers board. You know what I mean? Make sure that you're pinning pins that are relevant to the board that you are pinning them to. Okay. Number 13, promoted pins. If you don't have the patience to wait for your organic marketing to pay off, or you just really are trying to promote something faster and really start getting that traffic faster, doing promoted pins. Promoted pins are your ads for Pinterest. So like you do Instagram ads or Facebook ads, Pinterest has promoted pins where you can pay in order to start getting that traffic. You're welcome to reach out to me and I can help you set up a promoted pin campaign if you need help with it. But they're really, really great. You can really curate them and set them up to perform really, really good. I actually really love promoted pins. So definitely recommend it in order to go viral on Pinterest. Number 14, hiring help. If you don't have time to repurpose your content, or you just seem to be struggling to be consistent on Pinterest and you need a little bit of help, by all means, hire help. That's definitely going to help you get that traffic, that viral traffic from Pinterest. I'm here to help, of course, if you need any help, but getting any kind of help to help you stay consistent is also a good tip that I wanted to share. And last but not least, and this is the most important tip, it is patiently waiting. So if you've heard me talk about Pinterest before, we've even had a call before about Pinterest marketing, you've learned that Pinterest is a very slow waiting game, especially with organic marketing. It takes at least, I want to say a year, it could be 6 months to a year, really depending on your niche and how popular it is and just how your audience is performing. It can be sooner, it can be later, but it can literally take a year before you really start seeing that traffic coming from Pinterest, that consistent, good growing traffic. So you have to be patient. You can't just do Pinterest for a couple months and then be like, oh, forget it. It'll be a waste. You have to do it for a while and you have to be patient and you will reap what you sow. You need to just keep being consistent, keep pinning, stay focused, don't give up, and you'll start getting that traffic as long as you stick to your Pinterest marketing strategy. So that was the last tip, was being patient. I mean, hopefully you learned something from these. Let me know if you have any questions. I offer free Pinterest mini audits if you are unsure what's going on with your Pinterest account and you want me to check it out and just kind of give you some advice on how to improve it. I love to do that. feel free to reach out, ask me any questions. You know, I love to help. I'm also on Clubhouse in my marketing and mindset podcast that I do with my Clubhouse bestie, Connie. We have guest speakers there every week offering marketing tips. So if you ever want to pop in there and literally raise your hand and ask me a question about Pinterest, you're welcome. They're Wednesdays at 9 a.m. Eastern. So you're welcome to pop in and ask any questions you want about Pinterest, and I'll be more than happy to answer them. Or you can just shoot me a DM. But hopefully you learned something from this. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care.